today's episode, we'll cover creating a comfortable and efficient home bar in your garage or man cave by following standard dimensions, organizing zones, and prioritizing easy access, as well as installing focused lighting, considering wall sconces for ambient lighting, optimizing liquor shelves, and including glassware and undercounter storage. If you've done some at-home brain surgery, and I think it's safe to say that most of us have, you'll soon realize that building your first bar isn't that hard. And if you haven't heard of Bartender's secret sauce, you will. The Liquortainment Inc. podcast is all about celebrating the DIY home bar spirit. We'll be diving into the nitty-gritty of turning your garage or basement into a dream bar, from picking out glassware, bar accessories, and things needed to set the mood of your bar, to learning about cooling, heating, soundproofing, lighting, and more. But it's not just about the physical space. We'll also be exploring delicious, yet easy-to-prepare cocktail recipes, interesting bar add-ons, and the best ways to create a welcoming atmosphere for your friends and family. So get ready to be inspired, entertained, and motivated to unleash your inner DIY home bar guru. And with that, let's get started with our next episode. Cheers and enjoy. Before we uncork this adventure, a toast to Bartender's secret sauce. They've gifted us an experience, not just a kit, with their barrel-aged old-fashioned cocktail kit masterpiece. Imagine, if you will, a 2-liter oak barrel from Oak Barrels Limited, whispering tales of aged spirits and forgotten flavors, crystal Rydell glasses, each a canvas for your mixological artistry, a silicone ice mold, birthing perfect cubes for chilling perfection. Bartender's secret sauce, the name itself a promise, provides the certified organic elixir, an old-fashioned syrup as smooth as velvet and rich with forbidden fruit and spices. Candied orange slices, jewels of citrus sunshine wait to adorn your concoction, a mixing spoon which will act as a conductor's baton for your symphony of tastes, a funnel and pourer, these will be your guardians against clumsy libations, and finally, the map to your liquid treasure, a recipe card that carry whispered secrets passed down from mixologist to mixologist. So gather your companions, uncork the possibilities, and let Bartender's secret sauce guide you on a journey to old-fashioned nirvana. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, and at their website at bartenderssecretsauce.com. Delight your friends and loved ones with the joy of crafting exceptional barrel-aged old-fashioned cocktails. So, you want to build a bar in your garage or man cave, something user-friendly and comfortable? That's a fantastic idea. Who needs to drive to a bar when you can stumble to one in your own space? But wait, before you start throwing bottles around, let's talk about how to design the perfect home bar. We're going to combine functionality with style because, let's face it, we don't want our home bar to look like your grandmother's doily closet. First things first, you need to know your dimensions. And no, we're not talking about your emotional depth, we're talking about the actual size of your bar. The standard bar height is around 42 inches, 107 centimeters. Why? Because apparently that's the magic number where most people can comfortably stand or plop their bums on a bar stool. So don't go messing with tradition unless you want your guests to feel like they're being forced to stretch their spine like a piece of Gumby. Now, how deep should that bar of yours be? Well, a typical bar depth ranges from 24 to 30 inches, 61 to 76 centimeters. That's right. You need enough space to whip up those fancy cocktails and serve them with a flourish. Plus, let's not forget about all the bar snacks you need to display. Whirly pop popcorn, peanuts and pretzels, So make sure you save some space for those little nuggets of goodness. But wait, there's more. Do you want your guests to be comfortable while they're sitting at your bar? Or do you want them to feel like they're part of a circus act? If it's the former, which it should be unless you want a bunch of contortionists as friends, consider adding an overhang of about 8 to 12 inches, 20 to 30 centimeters, to your countertop. This way your guests can comfortably rest their elbows and pretend to be deep thinkers while sipping on their drinks. It's all about creating that, hey, I'm at a real bar vibe. What about bar length? Consider what you will be doing behind the bar. You need your space, and your freeloading patrons need theirs. You want them comfy as well. Who knows, if there isn't enough room for them to be comfy, they might not come back for free beer next week. Unlike your girlfriend who says that size isn't important, bar length is important. A rule I like is 22 to 24 inches for every stool, plus a little extra for each end. If you have 3 bar stools, make your bar 76 to 82 inches long. Oh, and let's not forget about the bar stools. After all, what's a bar without some stools? Bar stools generally work well with a seat height of 28 to 32 inches, 71 to 81 centimeters, for standard bar height. So, unless you want your guests to feel like they're sitting at a children's tea party, make sure those stools are the right height. Nobody wants their knees in their face while they're trying to enjoy a nice drink. Now that we've covered the dimensions, let's talk layout. You don't want your home bar to look like a cluttered mess, do you? Of course not. So let's get organized. Designate specific zones for different functions. Have a mixing area, a serving area, and storage for your bottles and glassware. And please, for the love of all things liquortainment, make sure everything is within easy reach. The last thing you want is to be crawling on the floor while your friends are waiting for a drink. Plumber's crack aside, that's not a good look, my friend. So there you have it, the secret recipe for creating the perfect home bar. Combine the right dimensions with a smart layout, and you'll have a space that's both enjoyable and efficient. Just remember, this is your chance to be the ultimate bartender. So put on your best Tom Cruise impression and start whipping up those cocktails. Cheers. Hey there, fellow mixologists. Let's shed some light on how to jazz up your home bar area. We're not talking about any ordinary lighting here. Oh no, we're going to make it whimsical, fun, and maybe a little bit funky. We need light, we need it now, and we need to know the difference between lighting concepts. Let's talk ambient lighting, task lighting, and more. After that, we'll talk storage and shelving. First up, we need some focused lighting for those intense drink-making sessions. We don't want any mishaps with measurements now, do we? So let's install some lights right over the bar area. You can go for pendant lights that add a touch of swankiness or LED strips for a more modern vibe. Plus, they'll help you see all the ingredients clearly, even when you've had one too many cocktails. Now, let's set the mood, people. We want your guests to feel like they've entered a classy speakeasy. So, it's time to bring on the ambient lighting. Wall sconces can add a touch of sophistication, or you can go for recessed lighting to create that warm and cozy atmosphere. Just imagine the soft glow bouncing off those liquor bottles. It's like your own personal magical potion den. All right, folks, let's get organized. A messy bar is a sad bar. Nobody wants that. So let's talk about all the ingenious ways you can store your precious booze and barware. We know you have an impressive collection of spirits, so why hide them away? Display those bottles proudly with some open liquor shelves. Just make sure the shelves are around 8 to 10 inches deep so they can accommodate all those funky-shaped bottles. It's like creating a little museum of tastiness right in your own home. Now, we all need the right tools to make those cocktails shine. And where do we find them? In the land of the glassware, of course. Hang your fancy glasses on some cool hanging racks, or if you want to fancy it up even more, opt for glass shelves. Not only will it keep your glasses safe and sound, but it'll also add a touch of class to your bar area. It's like having a secret hideout for your stylish stemware. Okay, let's face it, we always need more stuff when it comes to our beloved home bars. Extra supplies, mixology tools, and of course, extra bottles of booze for those wild nights. So don't forget about the wonders of undercounter storage. Utilize those cabinets or drawers under the bar to keep everything within reach. It's like having your own mini treasure trove of cocktail wonders. Just make sure to organize it all with a hint of flair, so you can easily find that extra bottle of gin when you need it most. All right, my drinking comrades, we've shed some light on the importance of proper lighting and storage in your home bar. With these tips, your bar area will be the talk of the town. So go forth, mix up some magic, and let the good times roll. Cheers to an unforgettable home bar experience. Until next time. Thank you for tuning in to Liquortainment Inc., the podcast where DIY home bar owners can enhance their bar experience and discover the latest brands and products, all inspired by our thriving DIY garage bars, man caves, and more Facebook group of nearly 300,000 members. Join us for future episodes as we dive into the world of DIY garage bars, man caves, and more, exploring all things home bar related and enlightening interviews with brand experts. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Make sure you check out any of the brands we've mentioned on this podcast. By providing us with samples of their products, they are helping us provide you with content for our Facebook group and this podcast. We'd like to see your DIY home bar on our public Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/garagebars.